So there are boots in that hash up there. Maybe we'll see them. Who knows?
If they get early boots, I'll be a little bit sad because I never get early boots. You know, I have to say though, boots don't always equal speed.
Yeah, especially without a sword.
Oh, and we're off. And they both started at the house, just a piece of heart.
And there's a couple different routes you can go from here. We'll see what our runners do. It looks like EmoSaru is heading up towards the uncle, probably.
What's your preferred method when you start?
I actually do exactly what both of these runners appear to do. I like to grab the sign for a quick kill and a tree pull, and go talk to Uncle and see what they have.
I like this method too. This is what I've been doing. This is like my go-to lately. I know a lot of people like to start and they go down and around towards the Haunted Grove and they kind of look for bombs in the bush.
Yep, it's a good safe strat. You're never going to get burned without having bombs in Kakariko, which can still happen in this route.
Yeah, very true. But now they're lucky because they have the 70 rupees, so if they have to, they can buy the bombs.
Now, AkashN is actually trying to get 2 kills here, so he might actually be setting up the second tree pull once he exits Sanctuary.
He decided not to. We did see a Moon Pearl in Sanctuary.
So early Moon Pearl. I mean, it's usually pretty early, but that's about as early as you can get it.
Yeah, that's true. So what you guys are seeing is pretty much the standard route that most racers go with.
Gonna check on the Lumberjack Cave.
Please be something big. I did not. Did you see what Emo just looked at?
I did not catch that.
I think it's a red rupee. She just barely caught it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a red rupee.
Yep.
Sorry guys, no Ega for the bonk. Ooh, and an early hammer.
That's nice. They're 2/3 of the way to Dark World access already, which is kind of frightening in a way.
It is. When you have early access to the Dark World, it always kind of throws you off. See, so far, I'm going to take a guess and say it's not going to be an Ega seed, but you never know.
So the hammer makes that unlikely for another reason, and there can be situations where you get Dark World access through the mitts, and you don't get the hammers or flippers until you get Eastside Dark World access, which you get through Aga. So it looks like Emo is grabbing some bombs.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, and AkashN checked the higher tier tree pull and found some bombs.
Oh, he did, yeah. That's lucky. That's another reason why I like to go this route too, is because you can try all the tree pulls. There's 3. And you never know, sometimes you get bombs.
Yeah, I usually try to check 2 of them. I think it's a good balance between, taking time and, getting items.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what we got in the basement. Blind's basement, I believe.
A lot of money.
420.
And a sword.
Oh, very nice. It's always nice to have an early sword, too. Help guide you through those dark rooms. Definitely helps with the mini Moldorm cave.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the hammer strats.
It's so easy to just get knocked back into the pit, and before you know it, you've died in Mini Moldorm Cave, and you face shame.
Yeah, I get bodied by those mini Moldorms. I think I've had at least a couple deaths there trying to use the hammer. So I've decided bombs or the sword.
So we do have an early bottle here, so we can check the sick kid.
Yeah, that's always nice as well. This helps with the routing so you don't have to backtrack. One of the worst things in this game is always having to backtrack. And depending on how trolly the seed is, you never know. Sometimes you have to go into like pod for your first gloves, your progressive gloves, and then then you'll find the let's say you find the bow on Death Mountain or something like that. So then you got to go back to pod.
So it will be interesting to see what our runners do after clearing out Kakariko here. They have good weapons now, so they could choose to do the front of Escape, or they could use the standard route of the South Shore.
And the sick kid just had a red rupee. $20. And just an arrow upgrade in the library, nothing special. It'll be interesting when we get some route diversion.
Yeah, it will be. We could go to South Shore, like it looks like Emo's doing. We could go to the front half of Escape, or you could even make your way over to Sirhashila. That would be less standard, but I have seen people do that from time to time.
Yeah, sometimes like a spur of the moment, you just feel like doing something. I do like this too because basically you go to the mini Moldorm cave and there's 5 items there, plus the ice rod cave.
Yeah, this is the most item dense route, so it is probably the most ideal one to check first.
Yes, and if you guys are a fan of ACM, he's a big chest per minute player. So he'll go for these sweet spots with lots of chests, hoping that he's going to hit, something that gives him progression into the seed. So right now we don't have any progression. Like we have the hammer, which I guess that is progression, but we need something that's going to give them either access to the Dark World, so they could go do something like Thieves Town. So basically, all they need now is gloves.
Yeah, it seems like the most likely progression right now will be gloves. It could go another sword and the lamp.
Actually, EmoSaru does not have a sword. Did AkashN pick up a sword? Oh yes, he did. Okay, so EmoSaru does not have the sword, but AkashN does. I missed it. Where was the sword?
There's a lift upgrade.
Okay, perfect.
It was behind the bombable wall in Blind's hut.
Interesting, because EmoSaru has bombs. I am not sure.
Well, that could end up being pretty big as this race goes on.
Big time. That's a huge oversight. Oh, it's okay, Herfy. I saw her go into Blind's hut. I swear she bombed it. I'm not sure if she didn't check the chest or...
I know I have done that before, where I've just bombed the wall and walked out without even walking in there.
Yeah, it can happen. When I did my first race on the other night, I was pretty shaky. Especially when my follower alert went off.
You drinking any Gatorade over there?
Brought to you by Gatorade. Do you have the itch? Correct.
So with more than 500 rupees, it looks like Emo is going to do some fake flipper things here. We'll see if she goes to Hobo first. It looks like she might.
Yeah, I've seen Emo do the fake flipper out of the Hobo down to Zora.
So what she's probably going to do here is check the Hobo, fake flip her out, and then take the portal to Zora. Because she has the Moon Pearl, she can do the walk on water glitch in the waterfall cave and check those chests and have a quick stroll on over to Zora.
I cannot actually do the fake flipper out of the Hobo. I've tried. I cannot do it.
You pretty much just need to come 1 pixel off of the column and then jump and hold. It can be a little tricky the first couple times you try it, but it's basically 1 pixel off the column, which is what makes it a little bit more difficult. There's no exact lineup.
Yeah, it definitely is tricky. Did you see that mushroom trick?
Yeah, so the powderless powder glitch is a fairly newly discovered one where if you use the cane with no magic and then you switch to the mushroom / powder slot at the same time, it counts as a use of the powder.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that, and I was watching it, and Ninnies was commentating, and who was it with Ninnies? They were both mind blown. I was mind blown too. I was like, wait, what? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I saw it on the regular Link to the Past Discord about a month ago, and yeah, it apparently showed up in races now.
That's crazy. Like, could you imagine if that led to like a huge sequence break?
It's such a rare case that it would be useful, but it might turn out that way at some point. Oh, we got a flute.
Ooh. Very nice. Zora paying out.
So that makes for an interesting choice here. Makes for some fast travel in the light world, or we still have the dark world access.
Yeah, I think a lot of players, they also could check the escape too, the bombable wall.
We'll also see now whether EmoSaru remembers that she did not check blindside, because she is going to activate her flute now.
I really hope she does, because the sword could really kind of hurt her, I guess. Depending on where the next sword is. But of course you need the Master Sword to be able to defeat Ganon. Yeah, we got the swag duck. Oh, we get a map check. So we have Desert as green pendant, Eastern Palace as red pendant, and the 5th crystal is Tower of Hera.
So we'll see where EmoSaru decides to go here in the Dark World. A lot of people nowadays like to go right up into Skull Woods instead of starting with Village of Outcast, because it's a fairly item-dense dungeon nowadays.
Yeah, I believe it has the 7th highest percentage, somewhere around there, in terms of an item required to beat the seed. I like going into Thieves Town early because it's a pretty quick dungeon.
Looks like we have Crystal 6 at Swamp Palace and Pendant Mire.
Oh, Pendant Mire, yeah. And then Swamp Palace being the 6th crystal. Very interesting.
Looks like we do have the Skullwood split.
I don't mind this. It's pretty quick to quickly run through it. And I have seen quite a bit in version 26 where the fire rod is actually in Skullwoods.
Absolutely. I've seen Cane of Samaria, Hookshot, Mirror, Titan's Mitts.
Yeah, Skullwoods definitely has been paying off lately. Quake.
It's a Quake.
That could be required for Turtle Rock. I've also been seeing a lot of Fire Rod in Ice Palace lately, too.
So the other thing that could happen with EmoSaru not having that sword is if... Oh, we have a cane.
Oh, there goes my guess. It's wrong. Kane will not be trolling anybody. And your guess was the hammer, wasn't it?
It was, so I was wrong as well.
Alright, let's go for a new guess. Boots. But boots may not be required.
I think we'll have a late hookshot. And it might end up being in Swamp Palace.
That would be amazing. You know, every time I watch the Siege 2 and the more I see Skull Woods, it just seems like a great choice no matter what.
It's actually the second... If I have the glove and hammer access to Dark World, it's the second thing I do after checking Hype Cave.
Yeah, it's definitely a good call.
EmoSaru has to be careful here with her 2 hearts. Oh!
Ooh, Fire Rod. Was that Fire Rod?
I think it was Fire Rod. Or maybe Ice Rod?
Let's double check here. Oh, it was Ice Rod.
AkashN has gone into Thieves Town and gotten the Ice Rod. Sorry, I'm checking the tracker here.
I'm pretty sure AkashN got the... I'm thinking he got the Fire Rod, and EmoSaru had the Ice Rod.
I think we'll just need to wait for a menu.
Yeah, definitely. Or we can see what EmoSaru finds here.
We do have a mushroom here in Thieves Town, so nice fetch quest coming up. Now this dungeon is full clearable, but because EmoSaru missed that sword in Kakariko, it will be a little bit difficult for her.
But she does have the cane, which will help if she does cane strats. The cane works extremely well on blind. If I didn't have a sword, I would probably come in here with the cane. And you are correct, she could do the magic bat glitch.
Going through the Hellway with 2 hearts and green mail, I would not be looking forward to that if I was her.
Yeah, definitely not. It's tough, especially... What do you call those little green guys? Those guys are the most troll.
I don't think what I can call them can be said on this stream.
Little green slimes. I swear they run into you on purpose. Crickets, I like that. Crickets work. And half a heart. Ooh.
EmoSaru has to be very careful here. And AkashN does too, because he's down to 2 hearts, and that's what most of the enemies in here will do to green mail.
Yeah, definitely.
So it is the ice rod that they picked up.
Ah, yes. It's always nice to get the ice rod early too, though, because that can be one item that trolls you right to the end.
Bombos.
Ooh, very nice. We might have to see a Bombos into Ice Palace play. I would like to see the hookshot in Ice Palace because I find that pretty troll. And a lot of people actually don't like adventuring in Ice Palace if they don't have the hookshot. And I'd also like to see a fire rod there.
Just because of how often the hookshot is in Ice Palace nowadays, you really should learn all of the bomb jumps that can be done there. Just to take away that worry. So AkashN is going into the blind fight. We'll see if he can execute the quick kill strats.
It's going to be a very tough fight for EmoSaru.
Oh, one hit left and didn't quite make it. Yeah, the reason why it's nice to know the bomb jumps in Ice Palace is because, by the logic, you might not be able to clear the entire dungeon, but if you can clear it while you're there, it takes away the anxiety of going there without the hookshot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sequence breaking can definitely pay off, but it can also kind of mess you up, because then you have to realize where you broke the logic.
So EmoSaru is going for her hammer strats.
And the hammer hitbox is a little bit strange, so that's why you'll see her trying to go from the side hit. But this is definitely not a fun fight.
Unfortunately, taking a death.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get some troll blind. AkashN looking good in the second fight. It took me a little while to learn the pattern for blind.
And the bug net as the reward.
Good old bug net. Once they find the lamp, they can go kill Aghanim.
So the other thing that could really hurt EmoSaru here is if it happens that the other swords are in sword-locked locations, say within T-Rock or Mire, she could be in a world of trouble.
Oh, that's a very good point. She can't activate a medallion without a sword.
So she's trying the cane strats this time.
Cane strats are definitely safer than the hammer.
This is a hard container in the digging game, but only 4 digs required. Oh, and another death, unfortunately.
I think at this point I would maybe cut my losses, which is exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, I think I would too. It's, it is one item that you're leaving behind, but Hype Cave has a lot of hearts nowadays. You might come back a lot healthier.
Ooh, and a shovel.
Vanilla shovel. So EmoSaru will be following AkashN here on the path. So EmoSaru inadvertently missed the sword that's in the back of Blind's hut behind the bombable wall, and I think she forgot that she didn't go in there.
Yeah, and hopefully she finds a sword somewhere else. Like Korek said, if the sword upgrades are, like, say, in Turtle Rock or something like that, she won't be able to access Turtle Rock without a sword.
So we have Hype Cave starting with a piece of heart. Toy shield.
Oh, there's a sword.
There's a sword. That would be great for EmoSaru.
And she decided to save and quit. I guess she's going to Hype Cave.
So it looks like AkashN is following the route around here. Probably up the pyramid, although he could go off into pod.
Yeah, the logic definitely seems like it may want you to go to pod. But of course they don't have the lamp.
Yeah, no lamp and no bow makes it a little bit less likely, but not impossible that the logic wants you to go there.
Yeah, because it might be generous and give you the mirror in like the first or the second chest.
So EmoSaru, I'm sure, is happy to find that sword.
Definitely. I wonder where she's going now. She might be going back to Blind.
Maybe the front part of Escape. Neither of our runners have checked the front or back of Escape to this point. Or over to Sir Hashila.
You know, EP seems to be having a great yield lately in version 26 as well.
Yeah, I think this is a good call. Check Sir Hashila, check Eastern.
Definitely, she might get the hook shot or something like that.
Yeah, either hookshot or mirror would open up a lot on Death Mountain, so I'm sure our runners would love to find that right now.
Definitely, I was just watching a seed earlier, and Willard J. Bradley was saying that he doesn't like to go to Death Mountain. Ooh, boots.
Gotta go fast. Oh, and the cape.
Yeah, he was saying he doesn't like to go to Death Mountain without going to Sarashala's hut, because it usually has the mirror or something like that. And then right when he said that, it happened. And I'm pretty sure that was the Christos and Zero Rush match. So we get a little bit of a sequence break here. She's going to go get the old man. AkashN's going to do the escape. So we can see what's there.
Both of these are good plays. Just unlocking the Death Mountain save and quit point is, you know, a worthwhile thing to do. Just you're not going to have to do too much backtracking if you're just going to come up here and do that Chuck Spectacle Rock Cave.
Yeah, definitely, and that's actually my favorite place to start is Mountain Cave. If I have the flute, because then you can just quickly heal up and then flute away. Ooh, another sword.
So she should be fine now, but she's going to be kicking herself when she watches this later.
I think so, yeah, because she would be having tempered for the rest of the seed for the next 6 crystals.
Just a blue rupee in the first chest of Escape.
I'm really liking the seed so far.
Yeah, our runners actually still have a lot of things that neither one of them have checked.
Ooh, and we're going to see what that shovel has. Or did AkashN check the shovel already?
I don't believe he did. So there's a lot of places they can go right now, but I don't think there's a single dungeon that they can full clear outside of the Thieves' Town, which they've already made progress on.
Yeah, it looks like it's either forcing them to go to EP, Pod, and Catfish. I like the EP play.
Yeah, it's a good play. I am a little surprised that we haven't seen a check of the back of the sewers.
Yeah, that's also a good point, because they can check the back sewers and then bunk rocks as well, or go bunk rocks to sewers. Actually, EmoSaru can, and AkashN hasn't got the boots yet.
Does look like he's making his way there now, though.
Yep, so we'll get to see what's there. Nothing crucial.
And opting not to do the dark room. I don't know if he found the map or not.
He found the map at the chain guard.
Okay, so he just is opting not to sequence break to the dark room. Perfectly good decision.
Yeah, that dark room's probably one of the hardest to navigate in the game.
Yeah, getting the key can be a bit of a pain.
Yeah, the rat might troll you and run away with the key. And we get to see what these drugs give us. Ooh, a fairy in a bottle. It's always nice to have.
Definitely nice to have. Not progression. Still looking for that next progression item.
Yeah, looks like AkashN's going to get his boots. And if EmoSaru does not find anything important here, it looks like the runners are going to have to go to Pyramid, the Catfish, or Pod.
Well, I think AkashN went to the Pyramid and Catfish.
Did he?
So, one place they haven't checked yet is Agina's Cave, which that would be a nice troll for the progression.
Yeah, that's actually been happening a lot in version 26. A lot of runners actually put that into the route now, before they even check Mini Moldorm.
Yeah, they go damn to Agina's Cave.
Which they have the flute, so they can get there pretty quick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that check from EmoSaru here.
It would be nice to find a mirror here, so they could at least get on the Death Mountain. Oh, she's gonna check the bunk rocks.
Yeah, she might actually do escape first, which would be a good choice. It's just not going to yield anything for her.
And that's the advantage we get as the spectators. And yep, there she goes to the escape.
So it looks like our runners are trading routes right now. It'll be interesting to see when they decide to do something different. Agina is an option, and Pod without the bow. I think that's about it.
Oh, I just noticed too, EmoSaru has the cape, so another option is to check the ledge next to Skullwoods.
Yeah, Bumper Cave could be it.
Oh, she's gonna go through the dark room. I've done this once, and it took me too long that I probably wouldn't try it again.
I've gotten fairly good at it. I do it almost every time now, but it took a while for that to happen.
Yeah, definitely. Dark rooms are all practice.
In my tournament race, I had B-strats in that room.
I watched your race actually. It was a good race. However, I don't even remember who your opponent was. I've just been watching so much Randomizer.
There have been plenty of races, 8 at a time, it seems. I think there's 2 multiple race streams going on right now.
It's just crazy. Things are going pretty good for EmoSaru. The only thing is, she forgot the sword in Blind's hut in the bomb spot. So she would have a tempered sword right now.
Looks like she just got a 50 or 100 rupees.
So now we know the dark room doesn't yield anything important.
Or maybe 300. It's still going up.
Oh, that must have been 300, yeah. I wonder where she's going now.
Looks like the front of Escape. AkashN's making his way to the last spot in Eastern that he can check. Oh wait, he has a big chest.
And that's right, I forgot EmoSaru did not check this yet. Which I believe it yields a map, a heart container, and 20 rupees.
So we have 3 pretty spread out options that our runners are going to come down to. We have the Bumper Cave, we have Agina's Cave, and we have Pod without the bow.
Nice boomerang strats by EmoSaru.
I think it's somewhat likely that EmoSaru will head to Pod because she has not yet checked the pyramid or catfish. She could route them all together.
I think it's definitely a good choice. I mean, there's a better potential for items there rather than going to the Bumper Cave, the one item. However, the logic, sometimes it gives you that cape because it wants you to go there.
That's right. Looks like AkashN's going to make the Agina's Cave play.
Ooh, silvers! So now we know silvers are on Desert Ledge. I wonder what's going to be here. And just a bomb upgrade.
So it wasn't Agina.
Yeah, it's definitely never fun when Agina trolls you. And EmoSaru is about to get some disappointment from the witch. Oh, never mind, I forgot. That was good. That's actually not a bad find. That would have been nice for the blind fight earlier.
It's a good find when you get it until you forget you have it and you're trying to do a death warp.
I think that's happened to just about every runner.
So we're still cleaning up things that the other runner has done.
Yeah, so far the seed's looking extremely linear, so basically the players are going to be forced to do this same action.
One thing that EmoSaru might do is go kill Blind because she knows he has an item.
That's a very good point as well. Or she may be going to pod. I would like to see a pod play. And I have a funny feeling that Akash is going to go check Bumper Cave right now. And it looks like she is going to go get blind.
Either Blind or Bumper Cave.
She just realized she does not have the Titans.
changing your mind?
I think she's gonna check Pyramid and Catfish now, and then maybe go to Pod.
And AkashN hasn't done Skull Woods yet, so he'll be picking up his cane fairly soon.
Oh, I'm actually surprised he's left it this late.
He will be able to route in Bumper Cave with it, though, so that will work out nicely for him.
Yes, that's correct. That's actually going to be a good play. Still no lamp yet either.
Yeah, it looks like just one of those seeds where you might never find the lamp.
Those are always fun. I almost get disappointed when we get a free lamp now.
To be fair, though, usually when you get the free lamp, agate is required.
That is true. But I spent so much time like learning the dark rooms and getting good at them that it feels like I have an edge against other runners. And then when you get the lamp, it's like it's just kind of a free dark rooms.
So our routes are really converging at this point. I don't think there's anything either one has done that the other hasn't, outside of Killing Blind here and Death Mountain for AkashN. So
yes, and Akash is about to get his Tempered Sword. He didn't check Bumper Cave, did he?
He did not.
So EmoSaru is stuck with two options now: Pod or Bumper Cave. And Blind, actually. She didn't kill Blind, so there's that as well. That's probably sitting in the back of her head.
Making the call on Pod, it would appear.
I think this may be the correct call.
Yeah, you're more than likely going to get a couple of chests at least, or you're going to get locked out right away and can move on.
Yeah, I'm thinking it may yield the mirror, but... because the seed's kind of not really giving them any progression, so they need to... something's got to get them either on top of Death Mountain to the chest there.
I could see that being the Titan Smiths and making them go into Mire next with the items they have, although they don't have the lamp yet, but...
yeah, that's a good point. They do need a fire source, but that's definitely on the table as well. Misery Mire.
Basically, the mirror, the hookshot, or the mitts would open up quite a bit for them.
Definitely, the mitts would open up, or the Titans would open up the chain with the Smiths and the Hammer Pegs as well. Which sometimes the Smiths troll and they have the mirror.
They certainly can. And AkashN's making the same call.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of forcing their hands right now. Hopefully we can get some diversions here soon.
AkashN does have a nice advantage with that Tempered Sword.
Yeah, definitely. I do love me the Carrot Sword. So it looks like she is going to be able to get into the one dark room with the big chest.
Yeah, it depends how she decides to spend her keys. You can try to go about it by trying to get locked out so the logic forces you somewhere else, or you can try to get as many chests as possible given that you're in here.
Yeah, and if you could also do the bomb jump, which I haven't really practiced this bomb jump, but it can definitely pay off. Because then you get to use that one key.
So the unfortunate thing is with these dark rooms, the progression will not be in those rooms. There could be another progression item, but just not the intended one.
Yeah. Ooh, AkashN taking a fall.
Unless the lamp's sitting up in Bumper Cave.
That'd be funny. So she's gonna spend her key on the other room with the big chest. I wouldn't say she's sitting a couple items behind. Like, she's missed the tempered sword, so she's just that one item behind. And then she died on blind because all she had was the hammer to fight him.
Ooh.
She does have a fairy though. And she did pick up an item in the chest in the dark room, but I don't think she checked to see what it was yet.
And one of them was 10 arrows. I'm not sure what the other one was. The red rupee.
This dark room could definitely be a little bit troll.
So it does look like Bumper Cave is the progression.
Yes, it's very possible.
We have a bloomerang in the dark.
I'm curious to see what they picked up. Because they did get an item, but they didn't check to see what it was.
It may have been the map.
Oh, we also have Spike Cave.
That's a good call, actually.
Spike Cave and Bumper Cave. Two caves.
You have a bottle and an invincibility item, so it is in the logic.
That's a good point. They could want you to spend that bottle to get through. However, I probably would have used up that other bit of magic. Looks like AkashN's gonna do the same play. There they are, the Titans. Oh, it was a sword! So she's got a tempered sword now, so they're almost on even grounds. Butter is nicer, but of course, tempered is... I would take it.
Yeah, the sword in the dark room is one of those things that takes a second to figure out what it was.
Yeah, it always gets you.
So now there's a few options available. The hammer pegs and the smith are, right up there. They can also go check Meyer.
I think I would check the Meyer and see if we can get in. There could definitely be a fire rod in Meyer. Or sometimes I've seen the logic it likes to place the fire rod right next to Meyer.
AkashN used his fairy on the very last tile in Spike Cave and had some bonks to say about it.
Ooh, she's gonna go kill blind. Good call.
Yeah, she knows he has an item, so in case it is a required item, just get it out of the way now.
Yeah, definitely. But unfortunately, it's just a bug net. Look at the butterflies, blind. Let's actually look at the flowers, but whatever. Using those light or sword beams.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty good recovery strat where you could just shoot the sword beams from the bottom of the room. It kind of becomes like a bullet hell shooter at that point.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. And she got. AkashN going straight for the frog.
I'm sure she is happy to get her first crystal, 51 minutes in.
Yeah, definitely. The seed is definitely feeling a little bit slow. It's not really giving them a lot.
This is one of those seeds that's going to go really slow, and then they're going to find their last 3 items, rapid fire. Just be a race to the finish.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
I guess it's they need 4 items, maybe 5. I think we need the mirror and the flippers for Swamp Palace, and we need the hook and the hook shot for Swamp Palace. We need the fire rod for Total Rock and Skull Woods.
Ooh, EmoSaru is going to take a look at Misery Mire, so we get to see what's required.
Mystery Mire is a pendant, so.
Well, that's a good point.
But there could easily be a required item inside, especially if we have access to it right now.
Call me crazy, but I think a great play would be to fake flipper into Ice Palace. Looks like she's going to go with Misery Mire.
Yeah, and I like this play. They don't have too many locations left, I don't believe, and they can get in, so.
Yeah, definitely, and I think, like you were saying earlier, with the early Cane and the early Quake, this could definitely be where the logic wants you to go. And the boots as well, right? So maybe she's going to find Hookshot here.
Right, and the lamp could be available right now. We just don't know. It could be up on Bumper Cave. It could be in the purple chest.
Yeah, it could definitely be on Bumper Cave. I'm really curious to see what's on Bumper Cave.
Now, the gamble coming in here now is that she has no fire source, so she is locked out of the left side.
Yes. And I believe there was a match last night where there was this exact scenario where there was no fire source, but the hook shot was on the right side.
We'll see if AkashN makes the same play. Yeah, he's right here in the mire area. He didn't save quit, so maybe he will be.
Yeah, he already did the smiths and the hammer pegs, so he knows that that all basically leads to nothing. I'm gonna drink his potion, because he had no magic. I just realized somebody called me crazy when I said, call me crazy, but I would go into Ice Palace. I don't know, I like gambles like that. It just, You break the logic, but you never know. Ice Palace has been yielding good things lately. So we get to see what's on this right side. No, EmoSaru, don't go this way, you can't. There we go. However, imagine if it is the lamp that's sitting on Bumper Cave, and our runners needed to go there first.
Yeah, that could be quite the troll for them when they get there eventually.
Ooh, close. Alright, Call comes down to this one chest. And it's the hook shot.
I would expect that to take her to Death Mountain.
Yes, definitely. She can now check the 7 items in the light world. And is there 7 in the dark world as well?
There is the 7-item cave, Spiral Cave. They can make it to Hera.
Oh yes, Hera's now.
No fire source, but they can make it there. And there is Hookshot Cave with 4 items and Super Bunny Cave with 2 items.
Okay, ooh, I thought she was just going to dive in.
Yeah, she realized she didn't have the mirror at the last second and is doing the light world first.
Definitely a good thing she noticed.
AkashN's right on their heels.
Definitely, the seed it's pretty linear. Like, I think they're both going to end up doing the same choices. Wondering if we're going to find flippers here, maybe to give them direction towards Ice Palace. So far, the Light World, Death Mountain, not looking so good.
I expect EmoSaru to get her crystal from Hera as long as it's not fire blocked.
Yeah, definitely.
Then continue on to the Dark World Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's my favorite way to route it. Basically, go straight to Hera, clear Hera, come back down the Spiral Cave. And then we'll also get a look and see what medallion's required to get into Turtle Rock. Just a heart, but she's gonna get it. Green mail. Don't blame her.
Yeah, I would always take a heart container when you have green mail and it's just a couple steps away.
Especially in Turtle Rock, because when you have green mail, every enemy in there does 4 hearts of damage. It's huge.
And we get a big key so we can head upstairs.
It's always nice coming here too with the boots and hookshot. Because then you can get the big chest by bonking.
Certainly the easiest way to get the big chest.
Definitely. I've tried bomb jumping with Garfield. It's pretty hard. Okay, so the basement's not required, so that's nice.
Yeah, no progression in here, but we will collect a crystal, so that'll be the second crystal.
Yes, and this is also going to be the number 5 crystal.
Although we do need 2 of the missing items to actually get the other crystal for Fat Fairy.
That is true. Which she could be holding on to the fire rod.
She could.
Let's hope. Let's hope, stream.
So there's been a nice amount of safety up here, but not a lot in terms of progression yet.
You know, it almost makes me wonder too. It might be worth it to dip into Turtle Rock if they have the required medallion.
Yeah, it would not be a bad play. Chances are you're going to get locked out really quickly, but if you don't, you could end up with the mirror or the fire rod or the flippers easily.
Yeah, was it? Were you the one telling me that somebody made it all the way to Trinex to get the fire rod? They made it to Laser Bridge to get the fire rod.
Yep, that can happen. Very rare, but it can happen.
That's amazing. I would say EmoSaru has definitely caught up. They're pretty much neck and neck right now.
Yeah, she's just missing that butter sword, but she has a few minute, maybe 1 or 2 minute lead here. So she should be able to hold that, depending on what the route, how the route unfolds.
Yeah, definitely. Now let me ask you this, correct? You're playing this seed right now. You're one of these runners. You're an hour and 1 minute in, and you're looking at your items right now. What's going through your head?
I'm probably just feeling like, oh, this is just a linear seed. This is like a vanilla game when you don't actually know all the sequence breaks, and let's just go one thing after another. I mean, I'm not too concerned because if it's a linear seed, then that means everybody's kind of in the same place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I agree, because the seed is pretty linear, so... The only thing I would be asking myself is, did somebody check Spike Cape before Pod? Or did my opponent check Spike Cape before Pod?
That would be a good question.
Because if that's the case, they may have skipped Pod, which I know that there was nothing in Pod.
They did get a sword upgrade.
Half magic, and also Turtle Rock was... Oh, mirror. Beautiful. So now she can mirror and go into Turtle Rock. Let's see if she does that. And it looks like she's going to. I like this play.
Yeah, I do too. When you're up here and you don't have that many options left, it's a great choice.
Definitely. I mean, there's some spots that she can check with the mirror, but I mean, if you're here, let's just see how trolly the seed really is. There might be nothing here, but let's find out.
Like, chances are you're going to get blocked really quickly, so you're not going to waste that much time if the progression isn't here. But if it is here and you leave, you might lose 5, 10, 15 minutes just looking at other breadcrumbs.
Yeah, exactly. And like, let's say the first item's the fire rod. Well, then she just made probably one of the godliest calls. And since AkashN's already checked quite a few things, there's a good chance that he might make the same call.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's got a key, so this gets her through to the Chain Chomp room. And if she gets another key, then it's going to push her all the way to Vanilla, big key, potentially. Ooh, the dash strats, I like it. Beautifully executed, wow, that was awesome. And she can't continue any further, so... Nope, not the answer.
Yep, but now she knows, and it's not this thing that's lingering in the back of her mind.
Definitely. So now it's looking like something progressive has to be in one of the mirror spots. Or Bumper Cave. Let's hope it's Bumper Cave.
It could be Bumper Cave for sure. Or we could actually get into Desert now, so...
That's a very good point. I would probably make the Desert play myself. But Desert's pendant, so...
Green pendant, though, so... although she cannot complete it unless she finds a fire source.
I still think it's a good play, though, because if you look at the numbers for like 10,000 seeds generated, Desert does have a pretty high percentage. I think that's exactly what she's going to do.
And Herfy is reminding us that she will be picking up her silvers here on the ledge.
Oh.
Hopefully she remembers.
Definitely. And AkashN's making the same call. Potentially. He probably definitely wants the silvers at least. And a lamp, so she can now complete. Which, this is kind of interesting, because now she can go back to Misery Mire as well.
So now is when we start talking about what could be on the pedestal, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Desert Palace, Eastern Palace. So it can't be the bow, but it could be the fire rod.
Or the flippers.
Oh yes, the flippers too.
I'm really hoping she remembers the silver arrows.
Me too. That's definitely an edge you want. Unless AkashN forgets them as well. Oh wait, he grabbed his already, didn't he?
He did.
She definitely did check the ledge. She went to Agina's cave early. She could be saving the best for last, though.
If she didn't actually look at the ledge when she went to Agina's cave, then she might already have it checked off in her mind, which would be unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. She is still maintaining her lead as well. But if she does not get silvers, then AkashN definitely does have an edge. Especially if she gets into like a Ganon fight like a minute before her. Or if she gets into the fight a minute before him, he still technically has the edge because of silvers.
That was a nice landmo fight.
Definitely. Flippers! Wow! And the green pendant. So I think the next play would definitely be either swamp or ice.
Yeah, they can full clear both now, so it'll be an interesting choice.
Which call do you think you would make? Oh, she's leaving. The silver dream.
I would probably do swamp first, and I'd hate every minute of it.
Interesting. I feel like I would actually go Ice Palace before Swamp.
It's a really tough call.
It is. Another reason why I say that is because it seems like lately Swamp Palace has not had a very good yield in version 26.
See, in my seeds, I think in 3 of my last 7 seeds, I have gotten Fire Rod on the left side of Swamp.
Yeah, it can definitely be there. I mean, that's the thing. Randomizer is just crazy. Anything can be anywhere. That's what makes it so interesting. It's never
That's
the same.
exactly
It's
right.
always a new game. Like, it's hard. You can't just say, like, I found something here, so I'm gonna go there again. Because it's randomized, right? It could be there, and then, like, 100 seeds later, it's still not gonna be in the same spot that you found it last time.
So we'll see what call AkashN makes here.
I know a lot of runners like to put off Swamp as well because Go mode Swamp's really fast.
Looks like, again, our runners are making the same call.
It's definitely not a bad call. It would definitely be trolly to see the Fire Rod in ice. So that's kind of why I'm hoping it's there. Because I do love me some troll seeds. Neither one did check the green pendant either.
Not yet, no. I'm still holding out for Fire Rod on pedestal.
That would be great. There's just so many possibilities. Like the book could lead to Fire Rod on one of the tablets as well at some point. I don't know. Is it even possible? Like, let's say the book is on the pedestal. Is that a possibility or no?
I think it is.
Because imagine the book being on there, so then you need to go get the pedestal, and then you got to get a tablet to get the item.
That would be a fun one.
That would be amazing. Best troll ever. Oh, I thought she was gonna just go right side.
I think I would come here first, and I would plan to go straight to the back. And then maybe come back in if there were still 2 items left.
Yeah, Swamp, I don't know. I'm never a huge fan of just going straight to the right side. I like to usually always go left, especially if I know at least one item's there. So you come into Swamp, and let's say you find the map or the compass. Well, then you know that there's like potentially 2 items on that right side. And I do like finding the big key before going to the boss.
We'll see which route AkashN takes. You know, he could go straight to the back, or he could just follow in EmoSaru's footsteps.
Yeah, it's very Swamp's very interesting. So map on the right side. And it looks like he's going right side as well. And bombs, not worth.
So if I'm EmoSaru, I'm starting to worry that I'm not going to find anything in Swamp, and worried that I made the wrong decision out of the choices that were available.
I agree. And then you have to find the big key, and hopefully it's not on the boss, because then you got to come back.
But I mean, Swamp is a good choice. It does have 6 items.
Yeah, definitely. It does have a huge yield. Then I'd also kind of think about Pod, and Pod didn't have anything.
That's true. If you go through your second full clear without finding a progression item in the dungeon, you're probably starting to get a little bit nervous.
Yeah, definitely. Truth be told, too, Swamp is actually my favorite dungeon in the game. I love Swamp.
Yeah, I cannot say the same.
And then the big key, do you go back or do you gamble the boss? Looks like she's going straight to the boss.
Yeah, I think actually with boots, from there, it can be faster to just come back in and run right to the chest. I think without boots, it's actually a little... It's like even, I think.
I don't know, if you guys watch my race, you guys would see that the first crystal that I went into was Swamp at like 30 minutes. I do love me the early Swamp play. But again, Swamp hasn't been yielding too much, so like... it's just crazy. Ooh, she made the right call. I'm pretty sure that there's a dungeon item left in the big chest. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, so I think the most likely play would be to go to ice at this point.
I think I agree. There must be an item still in the dungeon then. I was wrong. And AkashN's going back for it. Some people argue it's faster to just swim back, like beat the boss, come back. I'm not really sure. I think maybe it is faster after like watching it.
I think when you have the boots, there's just some nice long open stretches that you can really make quick work of it on the way back in from the entrance.
Yeah. 10 bomb upgrade, not worth. However, Fat Fairy's now open, so...
That is true.
Oh, she's gonna turn a green pendant. Let's see what this is.
Now, do you think you would turn in the do Fat Fairy before the Ice Palace full clear?
I think I potentially would, yes. I think it's a good call, because you're missing the bow, and you're missing the fire rod. Either one could be at that Fat Fairy.
That's true, and then if you found the other one in Ice Palace, then you could go mode from there. So that could be an option.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see Bumper Cave check, too. We gotta
it's been
see
available for quite a while. Looks like AkashN's getting a few dash strats off there.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Well, that's actually really hard to do.
He's got to watch his health, though. One more hit, and it will not be a good fight for him.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, because with green mail, sometimes when you hook the popcorns, that's what we're gonna call them, they sometimes hit you. So I've always tried to like hook shot and move back right away, so I avoid that.
EmoSaru is electing to clean up some of the dark overworld.
Which I don't think any of this yields anything. I'm not sure if he did purple chest though. I don't think he did.
No, I think he stopped short.
I don't think AkashN did do purple chest because he didn't have the mirror at the time. He did. I know he did. The Smiths.
So it looks like AkashN's going straight for Ice Palace.
I think it's a good play. I potentially would have checked Batberry first, but it's still a great play. I mean, in my race that I did, I actually found Bow and Fire Rod in in Ice Palace. And it was pendant too, so you have to ask yourself, do you just, like, as soon as you find the bow, do you mirror out, or do you just keep going?
Yeah, that's always a tough one. So we're seeing a couple things we haven't seen yet. The South of Grove ledge here.
Ooh, I would maybe have grabbed that, but
She may be feeling a little bit behind and not wanting to waste even a couple seconds at this point.
I think so. That's exactly what was going through her mind. Maybe the blind death, but really, she is actually AkashN might be taking the lead now slightly because he went straight to ice.
Yeah, and there was nothing of value in those quests that she did there.
Now it looks like she's going ice. I do think she's definitely forgot about the silvers.
Yeah, she's an experienced player, so she has no problem with silverless, but it just takes quite a bit longer.
Definitely. I am curious to see if anything's of worth here.
I'm just trying to think where else they could go if there isn't. I guess the Graveyard Ledge and Bumper Cave.
Yeah. And Misery Mire. There's still one item in Misery Mire.
Yeah, or I guess the pedestal, right?
Yeah, that too.
I mean, they can't do Eastern yet, but could be.
The pedestal dream. It could still be real, guys. Yeah, we were a little bit confused at first when she forgot the sword. We thought she had a sword, but then she didn't have a sword. It happens, you know, when you're doing a tournament race, it's very easy to overlook things. Sometimes your nerves get the better of you. You know, it's a 1 versus 1 is a whole different, like, I would say, ball game than doing like a group race.
Oh, it definitely is. You have a completely different mindset throughout the race.
Definitely, and also, like, to me, SRL points don't really mean anything to me. Like, I don't really care what my score is on SRL. But when you're doing a tournament race, it's like, you want to win if you're competitive. Maybe Fat Fairy is holding out. Maybe she's got the bow and the fire rod.
She very well could.
EmoSaru deciding to go straight for the big chest.
Okay, small shield.
Small shield and the heart piece so far, so...
This has been a very slowly progressing seed.
Yeah, definitely. We're at almost an hour and 30, and we still need 5 crystals?
So yeah, we still need 4 crystals and 2 items.
Four crystals, yeah. However, once they get the items that they need, it shouldn't take them too long to get the next, like their next 3 crystals. There are so many possibilities. Like if they get the bow, so okay. So we know nothing is in ice now. AkashN's got his 3 items.
And he remembers that he has all 3, so he turns around.
So Fat Fairy is looking pretty good at this point.
Yeah, that's one of the only options left.
That Bumper Cave.
Upper Cave and Graveyard Ledge. I don't think there's anything else.
I mean, there is a lot of possibilities. They could find the Fire Rod, and then the bow could be in Turtle Rock, or it could be in. Actually, if they find the Fire Rod, then we know that nothing's on the pedestal.
Yeah, the Fire Rod would kill the pedestal dream. But it would open up the bow deep in Turtle Rock Dream.
Yes, it would. Other than that, though, they're still pretty neck and neck. AkashN has a small lead right now, but it's depending on what he decides to do, because he still hasn't checked a couple things. He didn't check the 1 mirror spot by Haunted Grove.
Cape strats are a pretty good idea right now, so that's a great use of that item.
Definitely. I think EmoSaru might do the same thing.
She's looking for a heart drop, fairy drop, anything.
Yeah. Also, slashes do the same damage as spin attacks with the butter sword, so that was one advantage AkashN had.
Very true. So, the puffballs do 4 hearts of damage to green mail, so she does need to be very careful here. And the ice does too, so now any hit, it's Oko mode.
Opted to not use that cape, but she does have a fairy, I think. I think she found a second one. Come on, fairy. Okay. Oh, AkashN's gonna check the bumper cave. Finally!
Cold stares down.
Oh, and it was just a heart.
This is a good check for him, though. He has 2 locations here to check in pretty quick succession, but who knows? It could be double-chested fairy.
Definitely. I mean, this could be the fire rod. I'm hoping it's the fairy.
Yeah, it seems like the fairy never has anything. Let's just give her this one.
Definitely. Looks like that's what EmoSaru is about to do. So we get to see both now. And it looks like it's got to be the Fat Fairy.
So EmoSaru might just be pulling back into the lead here.
Yep, very possible, because I think he's going to go check the purple chest now, maybe?
Yeah, that seems likely. He'll probably do that, plus the south of Grove.
Yeah, it's crazy how neck and neck this race has been. I think the only thing that this could boil down to is EmoSaru not having silvers.
Yeah, that's still a big concern here. Just from the time perspective.
Come on. And there it is, Fire Rod. Pedestal Dream dead.
I'll take the bow and T-Rock Dream.
I think that's where it's going to be. There's nowhere else it could be other than Misery Mire. Because I'm pretty sure they got both items in Skull Woods, yeah?
Yeah, I believe so. I think King Helmasaur might have an item. But yeah, you need the bow for that, so...
Yeah, so it's got to be either in Misery Mire or Turtle Rock at this point. And AkashN realizing that he's already checked all this, so he's just going to flute.
So I think then EmoSaru probably knows how the seed's going to play out from here, and she's kind of feeling like it's a go mode even though she doesn't have the bow.
Yeah. So pretty much it's going to come down to execution, and hopefully she gets the silvers. I would hate to see her lose over, like, you know, just silverless Ganon.
Looks like AkashN's going to make the play he needs to make.
Yep, he's going to get his Fire Rod. And hopefully we'll see the quickest of Mothula fights.
If I was running this seed, I'd be wondering where my change of clothes was.
Yeah, no kidding. It's got to be in Ganon's Tower. It's possible it's in TR as well. This fight is a little bit rough when you got green mail, but that was pretty fast.
Yeah, patience is the key, and she got him down pretty quickly.
Definitely. So now, I'll tell you what the real dream is here. She's going to go to Turtle Rock, and the bow's not going to be there. It's going to be in Misery Mire.
On Vitreous, maybe?
Yep, all the way at the end. I wonder where she's going.
Did she check Bumper Cave, or was that AkashN?
That was AkashN, so maybe she is going to Bumper Cave. So she realized she forgot it, that's good. And she's not checked the mirror spot either by King's Tomb.
So I definitely think it makes sense to check those two before you head up to T-Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here's an interesting question for you. Let's say you checked Fat Fairy like we were talking before you did anything. Before you went to Ice Palace. Would you have gone to Turtle Rock or Ice Palace?
I probably would have done Ice Palace first.
I think maybe I would have too.
It's not because I would think that the bow is more likely to be there. It would be more just because it could be there, and it's just less backtracking if it is.
So now she knows the bow has to be in Turtle Rock.
Or in Mire.
Yeah, the Mire dream could still be real. But in her mind, it's got to be in Turtle Rock. I would have liked to have seen one of those seeds where the book is in Ganon's tower and then the bow's on the tablet. That would have been sick.
I have had that. Book was in GT map room, and Bombo's tablet had the bow.
That's awesome. So EmoSaru has also checked. She's done the Chain Chomp room and the first room on the left of Turtle Rock.
Yep, she has built a small lead here, but we'll just see if she's able to keep it.
Absolutely. I just hope that she goes back to get those silvers. Maybe she's just trolling us.
AkashN now taking on Mothula.
Good old Mothula staying in his corner.
Got him down.
Very nice. Mothula is a lot of fun when you have the gold sword. The butter. So I imagine he's going to be heading straight to Turtle Rock as well at this point, because I think he's checked pretty much everything.
So we just saw our first item was a set of bombs.
Good old bombs in Turtle Rock. That's exactly what you want to find. Especially when you got green mail still.
It is rare with how much the runners have checked that they don't have powder or a mail upgrade at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Using the switch to block the bunny beam, that's a nice strat.
No bunny for you. So far, Turtle Rock just trolling. Ooh, Mirror Shield. Because now they have the, they found the first two.
Getting Dead Rock blocked.
Yep, those squirrels, I tell ya. Little rascals.
So we have Mimic Cave and 3 more items in Turtle Rock. Or we have the last item in Mire.
I think it'd be kind of fun if it was in Mire.
It'd be fun if they got the book.
But yeah, that's true. The book leading to the bow as well. I mean, the thing is, though, you know, they found Hookshot in Mire, and I feel like in version 26, when you find something in Pendant, it's almost in pairs almost every time.
It does seem to happen fairly frequently.
However, if I was running this race, I don't think I would make that gamble.
Nah, definitely save it for last. So that's Mimic Cave down now. Two more items.
The bow on Trinex. Or the book on Trinex.
I'm hoping for the book, and the book leads to the powder, and the powder leads to the bow.
We gotta be as trolly as we can. Funny enough, EmoSaru has been on a lot of my, like, SRL races where there's been the most troll seeds.
Yeah, she's a veteran of these types of seeds.
Yeah, we had one where the bow was in GT, and everybody just YOLO'd it.
I'm still waiting for the hookshot in GT seed. I haven't had that yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Hurley says it's for a, let's let them find the bow.
Oh, alright.
Good old laser bridge. It hits you for 4 hearts of damage, so it's a little bit scary.
Map and compass, exactly what she's looking for. I'll see the Trinex or Misery Mire.
The Misery Mire dream. Getting the checkpoint, not a bad call. You're going into Trinex with potentially 6 hearts if she doesn't take any damage.
AkashN's still making his way through. He's not too far behind.
Okay, oh yeah, there's fairies here. I forgot about that.
That's a good call. She can actually use her bug net to fill up a bottle if she wants to as well.
Yep, that wouldn't be bad at all. Christos Owen has a special name for that net. However, I'm not allowed to say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I probably shouldn't ask. Oh, AkashN taken to death. Has a fairy though.
Gotta love those fairies. Except when you're trying to death warp.
I mean, when you don't have the powder and you're still in green mail at this point, having the bug net and a few bottles is actually pretty nice.
Definitely. Like, I don't know, Turtle Rock and Green Mail is just kind of a rough thing. Especially if you get trolled in, like, the Chain Chomp room or something like that, and they just whack you, like, twice, you're dead.
So coming into Trinex.
Ooh, the backwards strat. I like.
Yeah, that's nice.
Making him look easy.
That's a really well done start to that fight.
Definitely. Why go for fairies?
AkashN's coming up on the Mimic Cave.
Beautifully executed by EmoSaru.
It's
Wow.
not the bow.
So it's gotta be in Misery Mire.
Oh, I wonder what she's thinking right now.
Maybe she might recheck Desert Ledge. Maybe she's thinking, like, did I check the Desert Ledge? Let's hope.
It's very possible that she would.
You blame us. Now just think about it. If you're a crazy player and you make that play where you go into Misery Mire early because you think, like I said, in version 26, it always seems like items and pendant come in pairs. I swear. It's always like that. But she knew exactly where to go, so... It's already open.
That tells you about how she's feeling about the seed right now.
Maybe she's just trolling me. Trolling us. That was funny. Mr. Gatorade.
So she probably will check the left side first.
Definitely, I would probably make the same call.
But it very well could be on Vitreous.
One can only hope.
And if it's the book...
Oh man, if it's the book. Please be the book. Oh, there it is. Now you gotta be kicking yourself. You didn't even have to full clear it. But get the silvers, EmoSaru, please. I think silvers are pretty much out at this point, so... Oh wait, she just realized she doesn't have them.
So AkashN's about to be very disappointed. He needs to be careful here.
I don't know about you guys, but cold McDonald's. Just can't do it.
Yeah, EmoSaru is now officially in go mode.
She's in go mode. She does have a slight lead, however, she does not have silvers. AkashN will be hot on her tail here pretty quick. But she does have at least a couple minutes, I think, so...
She has been building a slight execution lead that's just been growing over the past couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that her fight against Trinex was, like, beautifully executed.
AkashN also grabbing some fairies. Good idea.
She's realizing that she has to go get a small key. There might be an item here as well, so maybe she'll get like a mail upgrade.
Yeah, I can't remember if they found all the items or not, but yeah, they're missing the map, but that could be on King Helmasaur, so there should be an item in one of the two spots.
She is missing silvers, and she may not know where. Like, she obviously has forgotten where they are, so she might just check. Because I mean, she's pretty much 100% of the seed, so you gotta ask yourself, where are they?
That's very true.
Ooh, the sugarcane. And of course, the key is in the wall that needed to be bombed.
So AkashN's approaching the Trinex fight. Butter Sword makes it very easy.
Yep, 3 hits with a butter sword, 5 with the carrot sword. She definitely has a lead, so depending on the placement of the key in Ganon's tower, she could definitely still win silverless, but it's gonna be a close one.
Also, the lack of safeties to this point could come into play.
Definitely. I imagine they're gonna find powder in GT. I find you always find it in GT nowadays. I love me some powder. Making quick work of the turtles.
AkashN hesitating, making sure that Meyer is the only call.
The more he debates, the more he's buying EmoSaru more time of the lead here.
Yeah, but he's making the right call. He just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, at this point, he doesn't have any options, I don't think.
No, that's it. And King Helmasaur is down for our 7th crystal.
So, guys, it's gonna be that time soon where we get to guess which chest the key's in.
So which chest do you think it'll be?
I'm gonna go with tile room.
Man, Herfy wants to go to bed, man. You know, like it's that's just rough.
I think secretly Herfy's like, I want it to be tile 2.
I'm going to say it's going to be on the right side, but there will be a small key on the right side, and whether they follow it will determine how long it takes them.
This is a little bit of a debate. Now, when you're going into GT, and you find a key on the right side, do you usually go right side?
Every time.
I feel it's 100% worth it, because it's 40 seconds versus the 4 minutes to go left side.
I agree.
I think at this point, she's got to be feeling somewhat confident because she realizes how linear the seed was, and chances are AkashN found that bow last as well.
Yeah, and you know, from her perspective, she had the early death to blind, and you know, she did 2 full clears of crystal dungeons that weren't required. Now, they were ones that you might think your opponent likely did as well, but still, she's probably not feeling too comfortable right now.
Yeah. Just kind of the only big difference is that silverless and no butter sword. But I mean, she's entering GT. AkashN still has pod to clear, so she does have a pretty nice lead.
So AkashN's making his way to get his key. I think he might have forgot he checked this. Oh no, he didn't check this one already.
Wow, so he's got a bit of a time gain from that.
That's interesting that he didn't check that one.
That is, actually. Wait. Oh. He's realizing that he can just get over there.
So right side was not an option, and EmoSaru is heading down the left.
I think he doesn't realize he's in go mode. What does he think he's missing?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, he's missing the big key.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna need that. However, that's interesting because he skipped the big chest too. EmoSaru getting trolled by the Skelly. And finally, a mail upgrade. Wow. Validation chest, red mail.
Considering how much EmoSaru has checked and the fact that she was in green mail with tempered sword and no silvers, she must think that there's just something completely wrong with the seed.
Yeah, definitely. It's still a pretty trolly seed, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough one.
These are definitely some of my favorite seeds, though. I mean, you got boots early, so at least you weren't doing the whole seed bootless.
When a seed becomes linear like this, it really does let execution play out a bit more for the runners.
Yeah, definitely. So far, Ganon's tower is just troll.
I think Randomizer Room had a map and 56 rupees. That's a lot of worth. So the rando or the ice armos fight here is another place where AkashN will have a slightly easier time if it's required.
That's correct. I think I'm gonna be right with the tile room.
It's getting there.
Ice armos can be a little bit of a pain when you got just regular arrows.
She got him down.
Yes, she did. And there's the big key.
And not finding the silvers or the sword that she was looking for.
And I lost count of how many key chests that was.
So that would have been chest 15.
If anybody guessed 15, congratulations. Funny enough, we watched EmoSaru practice this earlier.
And AkashN gets his final crystal, so he'll be off to GT as well.
I wonder if she's going to dive into the fairy room. Interesting approach, going through the spikes like that. I haven't seen anyone do that before. Going around on the left side of the switch.
Yeah, it seemed like the strat worked pretty well for her.
That was pretty cool. That's like a Christos strat right there. And she's gonna grab a fairy. Not a bad call. She does have no safeties, and she is doing Silverless Ganon.
That's a really good decision.
Definitely. And she has to rely on the torch glitch. It all depends. Like, Silverless can definitely save over a minute. Because sometimes when you're doing Silverless Ganon, you can miss as well. Or sometimes you may not get the torch glitch. Like, anything can happen, really. It all comes down to execution.
That's definitely true. AkashN's finally diving into GT. EmoSaru is making her way through the gauntlet. She's doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, she definitely is. This is a really close race. Wait, did she have powder? Did I just miss that she had powder? She does have
Yeah,
powder.
that was in the right side first two chests. So you were right. It's in GT.
I even said I love me some powder. I forgot.
I mean, silvers save different time based on the skill of the runner. For like a newer runner, it could save up to like a minute and a half or 2 minutes. For an experienced runner, it could get down to only like 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, it depends. Like, if the runner is good at landing triple hits with a torch glitch, it can Silverless Ganon can still be pretty fast. Silverless Ganon, sometimes you can land triple hits with silver, so it's incredibly fast. Burning that skull.
I'd expect that she's going to check these chests because she just knows that one of them's going to be the butter sword and one of them's going to be the silvers, right?
She's hoping.
Except it's not how it's going to be.
At this point, I'm gonna say if EmoSaru's execution goes well on Ganon, I think she's pretty much got it. Because she has a pretty significant lead right now.
Yeah, she's had a really good execution down the stretch. Which isn't easy. When you're in a tournament race, you know people are watching, you're in go mode, it can be very difficult to keep your head on straight. Oh, and I gave her the commentator's curse.
Going for the
my fault. My bad.
Strats.
Sorry, EmoSaru.
Trolldorm doing what he does best. She's got to think she's ahead. She's going for these nice dash strats.
Oh no.
It's all Korak's fault, guys.
Yeah, Trolldorm likes to troll. That's what he does.
Validation book, please. Try compass.
Man, where was the book? Maybe
Right
on the
side. That'd be hilarious on the pedestal.
Unfortunately, it looks like AkashN is having some difficulty here coming down the stretch. He has fallen in pits a couple times. He might just be getting a little bit nervous. The seed's, been a long seed, and he's coming up on the end.
Beautiful
nice
triple. Ooh, double triple.
Double triple. Beautiful. Alright, so we have 12 swings in each of the first two phases with the tempered sword. AkashN's making his way up to Ganon's tower now. Cape strats are really nice in phase 2. She does have to watch her magic though, because she does have to be silverless.
Lucky for her, she does have a fairy. Makes you wonder too where Red Mail was.
Yeah, there aren't many spots left.
Like, we're still missing Red Mail, Ether, Book. Oh, Ganon wasn't trolling too hard with his warps.
So he says light world, and she's probably wondering, what did I miss in the light world? Got a successful torch glitch, some good spins to start off with.
Breaking out the fire rod. Oh,
But that was close.
close call.
Just 1 or 2 more hits, I think. I lost count, but I think it's right around there.
Yeah, it's definitely close.
She needs to watch her magic at this point.
Yeah, definitely. She's getting a little bit nervous to come close to him because of the way the
And
Spider's
GG
doing.
EmoSaru.
And EmoSaru, first place with 2 hours and 6 minutes and 1 second. Official SRL time. Well played. Great execution in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, once EmoSaru hit go mode, she just really took control of the seed and finished out really strong.
That try next fight. Very well done. So I believe EmoSaru is 2-0 right now in her current Group R.
Yeah, she's had an excellent start to the secondary tournament. AkashN continuing on. He's almost to the top of Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, guys, definitely give the followers a follow. They played really well.
Yeah, our runners put on a great show and a little bit of a trolley seed, so please make sure you follow them.
Yes, follows are much appreciated.
AkashN's getting past Moldorm 2. No validation chest. Of course, he does have the butters and the silvers, so he's probably feeling pretty good about himself right now.
Getting a little bump up the stairs there.
It does seem fairly likely that one of the named items is in the pedestal, so I'll be interested to see which one that could be. Ether, or the book, or the mail upgrade. AkashN having a little bit of a tough time with this Aga 2 fight.
Using the cape a little bit. I don't know if he grabbed potions or not.
I don't believe he did. I know he went to the fairy cave in Turtle Rock, but I don't know if he kept any or if he just used them right away.
I'm not sure.
I know he went to the fairy room in Ganon's Tower too, but again, I just don't know if he kept any.
And with a butter sword, it should make pretty much all 1 cycles. Nice dodges. Ooh, walking into Ganon.
We do have a fairy.
Clutch fairy.
Coming through phase 3.
Fire everywhere. Need to get the torch glitch. Very nice.
Oh, just bombs on the pedestal.
Ooh, close call. What do you think he's gonna pull through? Very nice.
GG to AkashN.
And AkashN finishes second with an official time of 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. Well played.
Well played by both of our runners. As we just said, give them a follow. They did a great job in this seed.
Yes, it was quite fun to watch. Some great execution by both players.
GG.
Yo, thank you. GG to Akash too.
A good game, very well played.
Yo.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on the seed?
So, I have a question first. Am I stupid, or was that a really horrible seed? Because it was one of the two.
I felt a little bit of both. I don't know.
Dude.
I certainly regret not coming back to Meyer more quickly, but
Yeah, that was huge.
I think you made the smart play. It's just a bit of a troll in the seed.
Yeah, I don't feel like that was a mistake. Though I did have that in the back of my mind that obviously it's been so bad to be there.
yeah,
But-
it felt smart at the time, but the more time that went on, the dumber it seemed to become. So
I just like I don't know what my other options were at the point where I went into pod were, but I did like all of it dark without hammer or bow.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I did the back half of Pod Dark, I did have the hammer, but I did not have the bow yet. The bow was my go mode item.
So both of you took very similar routes throughout the entire seed.
Really?
I mean, based on the times, you kind of had to. So
Pretty sure you both had the hammer when you did pod, because I think the hammer was right outside of where it was in the forest.
I believe it was in the forest.
I know
Wait.
it was early. That's for sure.
Was it? Oh no, yeah, it was in Lost World.
Yeah, and
Okay, so I just didn't have the bow, or no, it was the lamp that I was missing to do dark
yeah, the lamp. I think where did you guys get the lamp? Was in
desert.
Terra? Desert?
So EmoSaru, I have to ask you, where do you think your butter sword was?
I have no idea.
Well, I had butter. If
I don't
that
know. Was
helps.
it right side GT or?
Nope.
Hold on. Where else could it have been?
Let's-
Oh,
You have all the information you need to figure it out.
was it on Armos Knights or maybe Magic Bat?
Nope.
Huh.
No.
Okay,
Bow
then I
was
might have
also my
mistracked
go mode.
something.
It was in one of the dark rooms for pod, not the maze,
No.
the other one.
Actually, what happened?
Yeah, okay.
It was Blind's hut. You bombed the wall, but you didn't go in.
Oh,
Wait, did I
wow,
really do
really?
that? Did I really do that? Okay.
Yes.
Well, that would make sense because yeah, I was swordless for a really long time.
Oh, yeah.
We were quite concerned. We were worried that the swords might have been pendant locked.
I mean, I was growing concerned, but fortunately, aside from deciding to give up on blind for a while, fortunately I was okay. But damn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that would have changed a bunch of stuff. Not necessarily in terms of routing, but definitely in terms of confidence. So
I
It would
kind
help
of
with your
tilted
blind
off when I failed at blind the first time, but then I had just like an absurd like Toho-esque blind fight when I went back in immediately.
nice.
And
Pardon my coughing. I'm a little bit sick.
do you wonder where the silvers were?
I do know. I do want to know where the silvers were.
Really? Huh. They were on
Akash,
Desert
You
Ledge.
can let it up. Yes, they
Wait.
were. That's correct.
Were they really? I could have
Yeah.
sworn I checked that. And you know what? I was probably running by there quickly and thought they were a regular arrow pack and didn't process it because I marked it off on my tracker actually. So that's probably what happened there. Well, fun.
So if I had forgotten to get the sword in Blind's hut, I was talking with my friends earlier before this tournament. I was like, if I just have to do Moldorm Cave swordless, I'm gonna just forfeit because I haven't done a randomizer in like a week, and I was doing practice today, and I was like, I'm gonna practice my early game. And I went into Moldorm Cave without a sword, and I died 3 times every time. Well, not doing that this time.
Yeah.
We're just done. We're just hoping it's not that.
Fortunately, I had hammers, so that wasn't bad. And then, yeah, I don't know. Actually, until the blind fight, it wasn't really a problem. That was the first fight where it got trolly. Because the second time I went back, I had forgotten I had some Maria, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it was
Anyway.
definitely a trolley seed. Very linear. Kind of forced you guys to go in the same spots.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of options at any given point. Like,
Yeah.
there were late game, there was a little bit of choice between overworld and dipping back into dungeons, but that was about it. Yeah, like with all the mirror spots, because mirror was so late.
Yeah. Yeah, I did all of those.
Yeah, same.
I mean, a 5-minute difference. It's really not that bad. It was a close race. You
Yeah,
guys were,
for
like,
sure.
Trading in some spots.
My execution was so bad, though. It was like...
EmoSaru had some really
sympathize.
good execution in Total Rock. Her Trinex fight was like flawless. But so
Yeah,
was yours, 'cause
I-
you did the butter.
Yeah,
I did fall
mean,
twice to Moldorm too, if it helps, though.
I wouldn't call my Trinex fight flawless since I just fired off fire rod shots in every direction. But
It happens. The good old fire rod.
Is there any final thoughts on the seed?
I had fun. Thanks for commentating.
Yeah, that
It was our pleasure. It was fun.
fun.
You
Yeah.
guys did a great job in the seed. Thanks for running.
Thank you.
Cool. All right,
Once
have a good
again,
night,
everybody, please make sure to follow our runners. They did a great job in this seed. Please follow our tracker, Herfy.
Yeah, great job to our tracker as well. Thank you very much, Herpy.
All right, bye,
So-
everybody.
GG. Herfy did
Thanks.
nothing wrong.
GG to you too.
All right, so I've been Korek.
And I'm Mr. Barry Bonds.
And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.